Hey guys, I'm Amy and you've landed on Belle Loves Bargains. That's my cow Effingham, and sometimes he co-hosts with me. He's got a lot to say. This channel is Dollar Tree and only Dollar Tree. And why? Because everything at the Dollar Tree is $1.25, people. So stick around, consider subscribing, and don't forget to give me that big thumbs up. And if you want to know more about the 4 uploads I do every week, just check out the description box for more information. Enjoy!
If it brings you happiness, then I wish you all the best. It's your happiness that matters most of all. But if she breaks your heart, if the teardrops ever start, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Hi guys, welcome to Belle's Bargain. Oh my gosh, that's like Freddie. Is it Freddie Fender? Yeah, Freddie Fender before. I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Ba-dum-bum-bum. Okay guys, so guess what? Today is Theme Thursday. Have you noticed I've had the same outfit on and my hair's the same for the last 3 videos? Yes, that's how far ahead I got this week. So fun. Uh-oh, we've had a failure. Hold. We've avoided any major disasters. Okay, so I'm like trying to hang things on my wall here, but like not permanently put hooks in because of course it changes like every season that I start making stuff, right? So I was trying these, anyway, it didn't work. I gotta go get some of those hooks from 3M Hooks. Okay, so that one is just gonna lay right here for now. All right, so today I made, wait, did I say this is a Dollar Tree channel? Did I say my name is Amy and welcome to Belle's Bargains? Did I say today's Theme Thursday? Because it is. And guess what that means? It means you get 3 signs because that's the theme for today, fall signs. Before the last teardrop falls. Any song that has fall in it, or falls, or falling, that's all appropriate, right? Okay, so today, these 3 are super cool. I'm going to show them in the order that I made them, and then I'm going to tell you which one was my favorite. So the first one is this really cool tag sign. I love this, love this, love this. So this started out as the tag signs that had the gaudy, awful initials on them. It was like corrugated cardboard. Oh my gosh, it was just horrible. Watch, let me show you.
All right, let's do this. So, see those? They're like cardboard, corrugated cardboard letters. They're just ugly. Anyway, so I'm just going to heat gun. They actually came off pretty clean, you guys. They didn't rip up the paper or anything. So, heat gun them down, and I probably show you way too much of me taking these off, but I just heated them up, and then there was like a top layer, like it's cardboard, so there's like the corrugated part and then the flat part on the bottom. Anyway, with a little bit of work, I was able to get these off, and that was what I after. First of all, I picked up M&A for Marcus and Amy, and then I removed the initials. So there you go. It's like, I mean, when I went to, I was going to leave the initials on at first, but then when I went to craft it, they just looked funny, and I could only get Ma or AM if I put them together. So I was like, nah, let's just take them off. All right, and if they'd had the R, I would have done our initial for our last name, but I didn't find that one. Okay, so I'm just going to continue to get these off, and then I'm looking at it. If you look at this orange check here, it's bright. It's kind of a really bright check, just too bright for my liking. So I found this tin leaf. It's like a metal leaf, and just the check on it was going to balance with the orange pattern wise, and the green was perfect for the floral one on top, so it just all worked really well. So I'm going to sand them up a little bit because I'm going to shoe polish this. So on the orange check one, I sand like the surface of it too, but on the floral one here, I'm just going to go around the outside edges just to clean up anything that's hanging over, and just a light sand on the front of it. I don't really want to take away any of the graphic here, but I'm just sanding it slightly so that I can get a little bit of the shoe polish color on it to vintage it up. And then I'm going to deconstruct our little metal leaf there. And here comes the shoe polish. What? Yeah, always. So going around the edges always first, just to get that color on the edges, and then going to go over the entire thing with the shoe polish. But of course, I'm going to come back and wipe off a good majority of it off. And with my, these are actually glass cleaner wipes that I use, but they're amazing. But I brought that white down to an off-white, which I think is just much better. It's just more fall. It's just more to my liking. And then looking at this one, like how am I going to place it over there? So we're going to shoe polish the edge of this one too. And I very, very lightly shoe polish this one. I like the colors on it. And I take my wipe that had remnants of the shoe polish on it just to go over it. So I thought the coloring came out perfect. And then I wiped down the metal leaf as well. So now we've got some sort of vintagey color. These little beads that have the leaf on them with initials are cute, but I don't really want to use the leaf. I really want the beads on this just to hang my leaf from. So at first I string it through and hang it on there. So I get my hanger and go through both the signs and put my beads on there and blah, blah, blah. And then I go through and I'm like, that leaf is just hanging a little too low for my liking. I don't know what I'm fiddling with here. But anyway, so I was trying to get the hanger in there just right to put the leaves through it. But it doesn't matter. The leaves end up being too long, so I change it. Here I'm going to glue the two together, just some hot glue. Nothing major there. And there we go. We just got a hint of that orange in the background. So I put these on. I use a piece of jute twine, put it through the hole, tie it off. But there's where I'm like, it's just too low. So I'm going to undo the beads and take one off. Then I decide, nope, I think I need to take two off. So I take two off and I tie it back on. Interestingly enough, I put hot glue on the back of this leaf and it didn't quite stick. So you don't need to do that. You can skip that step altogether. But then I take the really beautiful orange check ribbon, because of course it matches the check that's on the back sign. Take a little jute twine, tie it around it, then I'm going to tie it on to the top up there. No glue needed, I'm just going to tie it on, which is perfect. And then pretty much that's it. That is the end of this project. I think it came out really cute. And yeah, I mean, it was $3.75 for $5, I think, total for all of this stuff. Not counting the ribbon, which of course is just part of your stash. Anyway, it came out cute. Here's where I'm going to pop the glue. Don't do it. You don't need to. It hangs perfectly when you hang it. Because it came off. And I didn't put it back on. Alright, so there you go. Let's move on to the next. By the way, I did not put anything at the top of this. I thought it was perfect the way it was. Didn't need any more embellishments. To get those off, but it was so well worth it in the end. What I want to talk to you guys about, those couple of design things. So first of all, notice that this is a check back here. Hence, I use this sign so that we're duplicating that pattern here, and because we're laying it beneath a totally different pattern. But it looks good because we tie it all in together. And the green in this is just so perfect with the green in this sign. And then, of course, I carry over that orange check right there with the bow. So this is so good. It looks so good. There's no more M&A for Marcus and Amy, but it didn't look right anyway because you get Ma or AM. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. Okay, so I love this. I think it came out really well. And I thought about, you guys, you could double side these. I didn't, but you could definitely. And I just think this came out really good. You know, I love to vintage up the signs and make them look, you know, sort of worn and vintage. But also just it warms it up just to bring that, take that stark white out of these things. Like this orange buffalo check, it was so white. It was like, blah. I mean, it looked like a candy corn or something. It was just too much. So this really, really, really brought it down by sanding it and putting the shoe polish over it and everything. Okay, so I love that one. Do you guys love that one? I do. I do for sure. Okay, then the next one is... It's so cool, but let me show you that. I gotta get it off I Velcroed it. Oh my gosh, the Velcro didn't work. That's okay, it's still stuck.
check this one out. All right, you guys, this one took a little bit more to do, but this sign they gave us this year, I absolutely love these. And you know, I bought the wood burning kit from the Dollar Tree Plus, which I like to use. So this is just a nice, easy, great decoration because it's as flat as can be, but it's beautiful. I love how this turned out. The matching of the ribbon to this is phenomenal. Watch how I made this.
I love this piece, and it is new this year. I just love the raised pumpkin on it and the graphics, but I totally lost my footage of me coloring it in. But you guys, it's just a preference on colors. Anyway, they're just markers, the paint markers from Dollar Tree, and I painted all of the floral sort of graphics, the leaves and whatnot. And I use multiple colors when I do it. I don't just paint one color, I always layer colors. And now I'm going through with the wood burner that I got at a Dollar Tree Plus, of course, and just outlining all of this because it really makes it pop. But notice, I still have the plain wood in the background, and I did that on purpose. I did this step first, and then I'm going to stain the wood because it'll give coloring to what I've colored as well, which was intentional. I'm getting better with my wood burner, but it takes practice. So you're going to watch me go through and wood burn all of this. Probably way too much wood burning than you needed to watch. But it is what it is. And so just want to reiterate that when I colored this in, you guys, I used multiple greens. So you can't really see it there. But just using one color will not give you the same effect. You get more dimension when you use multiple colors and you layer. So I used every green that I had in my marker supply sitting right there. And then I did not touch the pumpkin yet because I was like, okay, so let me outline all this and see where I want to go with the pumpkin. At first I was thinking, would I just leave the pumpkin natural and not colored in? In the end, of course, I did not do that, which I'm glad because I think it came out pretty well the way that I did it. And I end up finishing all of this, and I'm going to wood burn in the pumpkin stem because I was like, that can totally be completely wood burned in. So la-di-da-di-da, watch me finish this up. I love how, by the way, if you don't have a wood burner, you guys, you could totally do this with a marker. I like the wood burning effect. It's really cool. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the pumpkin here. And I did the stem because, like, I was told you the stem can be the dark color of the wood burning, right? Then I was like, okay, wait, I'll outline the pumpkin. And then I was like, nope, I'm going to color it. So I take a couple of different oranges. By the way, I do inside the cutout I outlined there. And I used more than one orange marker so that I would just have some variance of color. And then I completely wood burned the entire stem of the pumpkin and then outline burn the entire pumpkin. So I'm just outlining it. Like, see how I'm just like leaning my wood burning tool on the crevice of the lip of it, I guess, just to give it a slight little outline. Okay, now I'm going to go on to staining this wood here in a minute. So I had two stains that I bought at Dollar Tree a while ago when they had stains there for a little bit, and one is a golden oak and the other one is a walnut. So I at first thought the golden oak was going to be perfect. And luckily we have the back of the sign, right? So I can practice and take a little coloring sample. So there's the golden oak. I don't like it. So I end up going to the walnut. Yep, like the walnut. Here we go. See, I'm going right over all of that coloring because it mutes those colors, pulls it into the background. It's beautiful. I think this came out so beautiful, by the way. I really love how that came out. And then I'm going to put my words on, the leather words that say grateful and blessed. And I used my ruler thing there just to make sure that I was lined up pretty straight with the holes, right? Because that's how it's going to hang. Think about it. It's going to hang from those. So I want the lines to be even with that. So I used tacky glue, and then that's just a brush. I'm cleaning up any leftover glue that's spilled out after you pressed it on. Not that it matters because it'll clear dry. And at first I thought about putting blessed and grateful, but in the end I decided blessed, grateful without an end was totally fine. Now I'm going to put my tie back on, but what I did was I pushed it through and I tied a knot in it. I kind of like that look instead of going from the front to the back with their little holder things that they have. And then I'm going to take the ribbon, which I think is such an incredibly good match with this, and I'm just going to do almost a crisscross. I just cut 3 different lengths of it, tied it in the middle, dovetailed the ends, and voila, there you go. I think this one came out really beautiful. I hope you guys like it.
Wood burning and you don't want to do that, let me give you a little hint. I'm sorry I lost the film of me markering these, but really all I do is just layer greens. I like just use different greens and then added yellow on this one, like the blooms. Just it's all pretty simple. But one of the things that you can do if you don't have a wood burner is just take a thin magic marker, probably not a Sharpie, but maybe a brown magic marker, and just outline this. You'll get somewhat of the same effect. So you can do that, but I like the wood burning. I love the wood. I love the way it smells while I'm doing it too. Okay, and this was a great way I thought to use those leather words and this ribbon, which is so beautiful. Oh, it's like a perfect tie-in, isn't it? This is a great combination. I love this one. Okay, next. We'll stick that back up there. It's magic. Voila. Okay, but this last one is a little bit different. I'm going to guess nobody's doing anything like this out there. Of course, only Amy would, right? So I picked up this sign last year. I absolutely love the colors in it. I thought it was super, super, super beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful graphic. And then I'm playing with it. I'm like, so what can I do to it? Well, I also had these really cool leaves that are just the wire frame of a leaf. Look at the match of these to this sign. I don't know if this is coming out well enough, but you guys... So zip tied it on up here, zip tied the 2 of them together, glued that down. This is so beautiful. Watch how I made this.
All right, I think this is a really pretty sign all on its own, but we're going to take it to the next level. So there is obviously always sand the sides because the paper hangs off on these things all the time. But there's also glitter on fall blessings, and I'm just not big on the glitter. So I'm going to do a little sanding of that too. But just you go lightly over the top and then you won't hit any of the paper. You're just going to hit the glitter and get it, you know, down like a lot. Just not so glittery. Just a nice brown with a little bit of iridescent glitter on it after we're done. I mean, just the smallest amount. And I'm not touching the paper at all. Just if you go over the top of it, the glitter is sticking up above the paper. So just make sure you're just hitting that. Anyway, so I get that down a little bit and it's much better, more to my liking, for sure. Wish they'd stop with the glitter. I don't think they're going to. Let us add glitter when we want to. Hashtag, let us add glitter when we want to. All right, so now I'm going to take I think I'm going to take a furniture marker here and just go around the side. I think that's what I'm going to do next. Just to outline it. And when I do this, I always slightly lean into the edge of it so you get just the most minute little border around the sign itself on the top side. So this colors in these edges, which makes it look more complete for sure. And then just the slightest penciled outline on the sign itself. Now these 2 leaf wreath forms, I guess, is what they would be. They just match. The color was so perfect. So zip tying through the hole that is what had the string on it for hanging. Zip tie one there, and then I'm going to zip tie the other one coming down the opposite way. So one's going up and one's going down, which looks really cool, I think. So I'm going to zip tie that one on. And then I want to keep them stable and not moving around. So the best way to do that is to zip tie the two of them together. So in the center and the back of the sign, I'm going to put another zip tie, which is going to put them together. So just keeps them where I want them to be. And then after I zip tie them, I plop a good plop of hot glue there just to make sure that it's going to stay right there. I mean, even without the hot glue, it's not going to move too much because you're now zip tied in 2 spots on each leaf. But it's okay, just for added security, I'm going to throw some hot glue in this spot right here. Just a good healthy plop of it. My hot glue gun is such a mess. Anybody else have a messy hot glue gun? Because I do. It's just messy. That's okay, it still works, which is the most important thing. Okay, and then I'm going to go back to the front of the sign, and we're just going to finish it up. I mean, this one's pretty easy, right? We're just zip tight, but it's a really effective add-on to the sign. So the original hanger, I'm just poking it through my zip ties instead of going through the holes, of course, because the holes are now filled with the zip ties. So I'm going through the zip tie. I've got to give it a little help on this one, but then that secures my hanger, which was the original hanger. I just reused it. And there you go, it's through, so now I have a hanger. So now we're just going to do a little embellishment on the top, and of course, what else should we use but the beautiful blue fall leaves, because there's the beautiful blue in this sign. And I thought about doing one on top, one on the bottom. In the end, I was like, nope, I totally love the graphics of this sign. I'm going to make them be the focal point. So I did not end up putting anything on the bottom, or even too much embellishment. It didn't come down the side too much or anything. So I really wanted to stick at that corner right there on top. And I had some ribbon, but I was like, no, just didn't quite do it. So I was like, well, I got to find something. In the end, none of the ribbons I initially picked out were going to work. And instead, I went and got a completely different ribbon, which was a very neutral, not necessarily fall, just a neutral, almost a farmhouse kind of ribbon. But it's sort of a tan color with some piping kind of in it. And I'm sure there's a name for this ribbon. I don't know what it is. And then I just did a simple double loop bow, tied it with some jute twine, and then tied my ribbons onto the back of it, and pretty much that's it. And I think this came out really cool. It's a statement piece because it's got those metal leaves off to the side. Just not expected is what it is, and it looks really cool. It also made it a much more substantial piece for a wall piece, right? You're taking up a whole lot more room, which was really pretty. And then trying to decide, like, how should I attach this? Like, do I tie it on? Should I hot glue it on? What am I going to do? But I ended up bringing my jute twine back to the front, and I'm going to double knot it, and I'm going to put knots on the end of my jute twine like I always do, and they become part of the bow. And then I'm going to dovetail my little, no, I'm just going to angle my tails there on that. And then we're going to glue it down. And that's it. Like, look, but it looks so pretty. Just a nice, pretty, and this was easy, you guys. This one was so easy. Should have been on Totally Easy Tuesdays. It was that easy. Anyway, let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. I think they all came out really good. And it was a fun sign day, which I don't do signs very often, so this was a little bit different. All right, I'll come back and say goodbye. I hope you enjoyed these.
guys, you see, this just isn't your typical sign, right? We're really adding some dimension to this. I think it's beautiful. It's a much larger piece now too. But just a couple things, like sanding off that glitter is so amazing. You just have to be super careful because you're just gonna go over lightly because then you're hitting the glitter off of the sign and you're not sanding your sign. Look, I didn't sand the sign. I just sanded off the glitter. And there's still some small remnants of glitter, but nothing like it was. And it's so much better. This is like a really high-end piece now. And I love using these wire leaves on the side of it. And of course the blue topping here, which is a simple little bow. It's perfect. I love this. I think it's super different and I love how it came out. All right, so which one is your favorite? Guess what? I don't have one. I like them all definitely for completely different reasons. So I don't have a favorite today. So you guys are going to have to help me on this one because I don't know which one is my favorite. All right, everybody. So I'll be back on Saturday for a haul and I'll see you then. Until then, everybody have a great day, great week, a great life. And as always, from your singing crafty crafter, I'll be there before the next teardrop falls. Happy hunting at your local Dollar Tree. Bye, besties.